They thought humiliating her in front of the entire school would destroy her confidence forever, but they didn't know the quiet girl they mocked was about to turn their cruelty into her greatest strength. Before you dive into this emotional rollercoaster of revenge, courage, and redemption, make sure to subscribe for more powerful life stories that'll shake your soul and inspire your spirit. It all started on a chilly Monday morning at Westbridge High, when 17-year-old Emily Carter walked through the school gates clutching her worn-out backpack and dreams that seemed too fragile for the cruel world she faced every day. She was the type of girl most people didn't notice until they wanted to laugh at someone, quiet but observant, always lost in her sketchbook, drawing faces of people who didn't even know her name. That morning, she felt a storm brewing, not in the sky, but in her heart, though she had no idea that by the end of that week, she'd change the entire school forever. The bullies, led by the popular cheerleader Madison Crane, had made Emily their favorite target for months. Madison's envy wasn't born from Emily's clothes or grades, it came from something deeper, the fact that Emily's quiet confidence made Madison's fake smile crumble inside. Emily never fought back, never yelled, never cried in front of them, and that infuriated Madison even more. One day, Madison decided she wanted a show, something everyone would remember. During a school assembly, in front of over 200 students, Madison and her friends cornered Emily on stage, mocking her thrift store shoes and messy hair, calling her invisible trash. Laughter echoed through the hall like thunder. Then came the slap, loud, sharp, and humiliating, the sound of skin against skin silencing even the laughter for a moment. Emily stood frozen, cheeks burning, eyes glistening but refusing to break. She could have run, she could have cried, but she didn't. Instead, she looked Madison dead in the eyes and whispered, "You just wrote your own ending." No one understood what she meant then. But over the next few weeks, they would. Emily stopped showing up to lunch, stopped walking her usual route home. Rumors spread, that she'd transferred, that she'd dropped out, that she couldn't handle it. But what no one knew was that Emily had been silently building something powerful. In her attic, beneath flickering fairy lights, Emily had turned her drawings into a secret project, a digital art series called Faces Behind Masks, where she recreated real-life events from her school, exposing the truth behind the smiles of people who bullied others for approval. Each artwork carried emotion so raw that it went viral within days after she anonymously uploaded them online. The characters were anonymous, but everyone at Westbridge recognized themselves. The world did too. The story of a girl humiliated at school who turned pain into power caught national attention. Journalists, influencers, and even mental health advocates shared her work. Teachers started holding assemblies about empathy and bullying. But that was just the beginning. When Madison's mother, the head of the local PTA, tried to defend her daughter online, saying, "It's just teenage fun," someone leaked a video from that fateful assembly, the slap, the laughter, the humiliation, everything. The clip hit millions of views overnight. Madison's popularity crumbled like paper in a storm. Her friends distanced themselves, her college applications were questioned, and her family faced backlash. Yet Emily didn't celebrate. She felt no joy in revenge, only release. She revealed her identity on a live interview, speaking with calm strength, saying, "I don't want apologies. I want change." That line became a movement. Schools across the country adopted programs inspired by her message. But behind the camera, Emily still battled her own shadows, the trauma, the sleepless nights replaying that slap in her mind, the loneliness of standing up alone. Then came the unexpected twist. One evening, Emily received a message from an unknown number. It was Madison. The text simply read, "Can we talk?" Against her better judgment, Emily agreed to meet at the park where they once shared childhood memories before life divided them into victim and villain. Madison arrived, eyes swollen, voice trembling. She confessed that her father had left, her mother blamed her for the public shame, and that she hadn't stopped crying since that day. Emily listened quietly. For the first time, she saw not a bully, but a broken girl behind all that makeup and arrogance. Madison fell to her knees and said, "I'm sorry, I wanted people to notice me, and they only did when I hurt you." Emily's heart wavered between anger and compassion, but she simply placed her hand on Madison's shoulder and said, "Then start fixing it." From that moment, something remarkable happened. The two girls who once stood on opposite ends of cruelty began working together. They launched a campaign called Rise After Ruin, visiting schools to share their story, one of forgiveness, growth, and accountability. The same students who once laughed at Emily now looked up to her, and Madison used her story as proof that bullies too can change when they face their own darkness. Years passed. Emily graduated with honors in psychology, dedicating her life to helping bullied teens heal. Madison became a social worker, focusing on youth reform. Their viral story became a documentary viewed by millions, The Slap That Changed Everything. But the truest change wasn't in the world outside, it was inside Emily herself. She realized that power isn't about vengeance or fame, it's about turning pain into purpose. She once believed her silence was weakness, but now she knew it was strength waiting for the right moment to speak. On the 10th anniversary of that unforgettable day, Emily stood once again at Westbridge High, this time as a guest speaker. The hall was packed, students, teachers, parents, all waiting to hear her words. She took a deep breath and said, "The world will always have bullies, but every person has the power to decide whether to break or to bloom. I chose to bloom." The crowd erupted in applause, but in the back of the hall, Madison stood quietly, smiling with tears in her eyes. And for the first time, Emily smiled back, not out of pity or revenge, but because she had finally found peace. The girl who was slapped in front of 200 students had not only changed everything, she had changed everyone.